This segment is sponsored by iChiro Clinics. The weather's getting nicer, and I know lots of us are looking forward to getting out on the golf course or doing some other warm weather activities. But if you're struggling with back or neck pain, there is probably also a certain amount of dread. Have you spent a lifetime kind of ignoring all of the problems that have been stacking up on your body? Dr. Michael Kwast is here from iChiro Clinics to talk a bit about that. Hi, Dr. Kwast.
Hey.
Now's the time, I think, when people really feel it. If they've spent that lifetime ignoring their injuries, we get outside on the first good day and kaplooey.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating when you're waiting to do fun stuff and then your body lets you down. We see that often, and it's not something that you want. You even see it with people who retire, where they will actually save money their whole life to be able to retire. And when you retire, it's interesting. You always have a list of things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Retirement is always about doing stuff, right? And when people don't have the physical abilities to then do those things, that is a giant disappointment. People are so filled with buyer's remorse on their 401k and all of that because they can't do the things that they were hoping to do when they hit that point. And that's where I wrote that book, the No Rocking Chairs. That whole point was to help people see that, because there's things that we can actually do to help you get to, not just now, but your retirement, having better mobility and function so you can do the things you want to do in this short life we all are walking on this planet.
You mentioned, your body letting you down, but really you contend we kind of let our bodies down by, we plan the 401k, we plan the money part, but we don't plan the body to last as long as the money, right? I mean, we need a better system of testing for problems rather than waiting for them to just show up.
Yeah, exactly. And this has already been figured out in medicine and dentistry. I mean, you go in for a mammogram, a pap smear, a colonoscopy. They don't go, "Oh, how do you feel?" And then you go, "Well, feeling pretty good." And they go, "Oh, skip it. We'll just wait till you hurt." I mean, that would be the dumbest thing, right? Same thing at the dentist. You go to the dentist, he goes, "Oh, what tooth hurts?" And you're like, "None." He doesn't say, "Well, what are you doing here? Come back when your teeth hurt." But in the chiropractic realm and even the physical therapy and the massage therapy realm, you see a lot of this spa mentality where people are they're just going to do things when they're hurting. And that's better than taking drugs. However, if you could get in front of that, and that's what we do with our testing, is we can test to find problems before they're often even hurting. So if you can't turn your head all the way, you're probably going to strain your neck doing something dumb. Like the lady I just had who looked at the butterfly at the butterfly museum. She turned her head and hurt her neck. And she's thinking the butterfly hurt her. And it was her neck just didn't work. It wasn't the butterfly's fault. It was her neck had bad motion, but she didn't hurt yet. So she didn't know. Testing determines that. We could have fixed that problem. Maybe that would have never even happened then, and she'd still be fine looking at butterflies today.
Yeah. You mentioned this as a mindset that we don't yet have, this whole idea of heading it off in the early stages so that it doesn't accrue on us. And your book that you also mentioned kind of lays out your thinking about the way that chiropractic care and the general care of our pieces and parts ought to go, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that wasn't something I learned in school. This is the school of hard knocks, basically 25 years of just watching people, watching patients, seeing what they were doing, see what we were doing to try to help them. And what we do today is very different than what we did 25 years ago. I mean, things change. We learn stuff, and we've learned a lot about how to keep somebody mobile by watching their physical mobilities. And they think that it's saving $20 here and there is going to be some big thing. I can tell you this, no old person that comes into our clinic that I've ever seen ever says, "Boy, I sure am disappointed I wasted money taking care of myself." They all wish they would have done more, right? They all wish they would have done more. They're full of regret. And then it's trying to get those ideas onto the younger people so that they can see that, so that they're not taking that same path.
All right. Well, no regrets, folks. For more information, make an appointment to see the team at iChiro Clinics. Visit iChiroClinics.com. Dr. Kwast, thanks.
Thanks. Have a good day.
You too.